Right now, I'm working with a student who's making great progress. He's very diligent, he puts in a lot of effort, he shows up on our sessions, and he gets good results. However, sometimes he gets caught up in learning too much internal stuff. What happened one week after our session, I gave him a very straightforward homework. Keep practicing the conversational model that I gave you and that we've practiced on our sessions, and do 30 approaches until next week. Next week, he came back and said, I've done my approaches, and not only that, I've also read all these articles about masculinity, about how to be a dominant man, about how to have authenticity in interactions, and how to be aligned with your purpose. Okay, but did you actually reread and practice the conversational model? And he said, oh, actually, no, I didn't do that. And then I told him this, look, forget about all the other articles. Just keep practicing my conversational model that I gave you, and you're going to naturally discover all those lessons that you're learning in those articles. You're going to discover them naturally on your own. And this is exactly what happened. He started purely focusing on the conversational model. He went on more dates, and he was then discovering all the lessons that he was reading in some random online articles. So let's talk about why learning too much inner stuff and inner game is actually detrimental for your dating success. Now, on the surface level, it doesn't seem bad, right? Like, if a guy is trying to learn more about his inner game and about human psychology and human behavior, that seems good, right? The problem is twofold. One, too much information actually paralyzes you into not taking action, and when you don't take action, you obviously don't get better. The second problem is, even if you theoretically understand all these lessons that you're trying to learn in these online articles, just by theoretically understanding them doesn't mean that you actually internalize them. Let me give you a simple example. There's a great book in the men's space which is called The Way of Superior Man by David Data, and it talks about masculinity, how to be a dominant man, how to have purpose, and all the good stuff. The problem is, though, after reading this book, you might theoretically understand the concepts, but if you don't do anything with it, then those concepts are wasted. And this is exactly what's happening right now in the men's space. You have hundreds of dating coaches, red pill content creators that talk about masculinity, talk about dominance, how to be a leader, how to be aligned with your purpose, how to be an authentic man, and yet people watch those videos and then they cannot apply that stuff, but it's all theory. It's all how you're supposed to be. But how do you actually become that person? Well, you don't become that person just by watching random online YouTube videos. Contrast to what I did. So back in the day, I did read a few books about men's psychology, women's psychology, but not too much. And then I just forgot about all the theory and just went out and practiced conversational model, flirting techniques, and just try to get better at this and iterated over time. And what happened was that I discovered all these lessons naturally. So, for example, I got better at flirting and I got better at teasing. So because of that, I started getting more dates. Now, once I started getting on more dates, I realized that I was more relaxed because I had more options. I knew that I have a date tonight, but if this doesn't go well, I have a date tomorrow. And I realized, wow, the more options you have, the more relaxed you are and the better results you're going to get, which is called abundance, which is what most men's dating coaches talk about. You need to have abundance, you need to have loads of options, but okay, how do you actually get loads of options? Well, I learned this lesson naturally by going out there and getting dates and seeing, oh, okay, so more options actually does make me more relaxed and it's actually better. So I learned this naturally, not just from a YouTube video. Another example is leading. I realized that a lot of times women wanted me to choose where we're going on the date. They wanted me to choose what are we drinking. And I realized, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting. When I'm leading and I'm taking more decisions, things usually end up farther than when I'm not leading. And I learned, oh, okay, so you have to lead and you have to be decisive on dates, on whatever you do, because it's an attractive behavior. Again, I didn't learn this from a YouTube video or a masculinity article. I learned this by going out and actually having dates and having real life experience. So contrast learning stuff from YouTube videos and online articles and just trying to memorize this information and knowing it theoretically to actually going out there, having real world experience and then getting those lessons on yourself. Not only it's more fun, not only it's more practical, but you actually learn the lessons better because you experience it firsthand, not just by some other online red pill dude that is telling you how to be masculine. But what's happening right now is you have guys who watch hundreds of hours of red pill content about masculinity, about dominance, and then you ask them, well, how many girls have you talked to in the last week? And they say, none. How many girls have you talked to in the last month? None. Dude, what the hell are you doing? If you're actually not going out and applying those lessons and trying to become a better man, then why are you even doing this? This is just mental masturbation. It's not going to help you. You're going to forget those lessons. And the thing is that even if you just theoretically understand them, you don't really understand them because you're not applying them. You're not able to apply them. So information is inactionable, which is why I'm telling you, stop watching all the theoretical red pill masculinity garbage. It's not getting you anywhere. If you want to learn something, learn actionable stuff. Learn stuff that is going to help you take more action. For example, how to flirt, different flirting techniques, conversational model, how to actually talk to women, because that is going to help you get in the conversations. And once you get in the conversations, you're going to start having dates. Once you get more dates, then you're actually going to learn those lessons and you're going to have real world experience. But just becoming a PhD in masculinity and knowing all the theory, it's not going to help you unless, of course, you want to be some kind of PhD scientist. But my guess is you don't want to be a PhD scientist knowing all the masculinity stuff. You want to have a great dating life. You want to have adventures with women. So stop watching all the numbness content and go out there, learn actionable stuff, and keep putting in the work. And if you want to go to the next level and take real world action, below this video, you can book a completely free dating diagnostic call where we'll take a look at your current dating life and create an actionable, pragmatic dating action plan with actions for you to take in order to improve your dating life so you can avoid wasting your hours watching numbness content and creating a real difference in your dating life.